I want to pick up on what you said with regards to innovators seeing ideas, or seeing the world not as it is, but as it should be.
Yeah.
And I want to move to you, Malia, because when you were elected into the National Union of Students, you came in with quite a strong, well, a series of political messages that were very different to where the political situation in the UK was at the time, in some ways where it still is now. What is keeping you up at night right now? You like that segue? I did. The microphone on?
Hello, can you hear me? Assalamu alaikum. Are you all still awake?
Yes.
You ready for Marcel? Yes, okay, great. I just before answering your question, I just want to say a quick thank you to Sharq for inviting me to share my experiences and advice with future activists and just badass young people, basically. And especially to the incredible sisters who have been running around all around the world trying to get us speakers here to speak on such important and crucial topics, and to all the volunteers that have made this incredible idea come true, and to the one that's been running around with me, Hussein. I don't know where you are, but thank you so much. So what keeps me up at night? Mainly the total fear and worry about the direction of travel for the world that we live in today. That in some ways we're moving towards a world of extreme binaries, a world where the division between rich and poor is becoming stronger, between oppressor and oppressed, between first-class and second-class citizen, exploiter and the exploited, occupier and the occupied. And what stops me from drifting into blissful, pleasant dreams is the thought that Islamophobia has actually become an industry now. And states worldwide are actually capitalizing from political events through the development of various racist and repressive policies that target Muslims first and foremost, but in reality serve to clamp down on all dissent, on all political activity, and intend to curtail the civil liberties of all people. Muslims may be the dish served on the menu today, but history has shown us that all communities will be swept into the hate that is being peddled across the world, from Europe with fascists and neo-Nazis being elected to governments, to the US with Trump, no further explanation there, to the treatment of our brothers and sisters in Burma and beyond. And every day I'm driven by the need to do whatever that I can do to fight the injustice and oppression wherever it manifests. It's what led me to run for the position often reserved for white non-Muslim men who historically have also ended up leading our country. And my time as president of 7 million students in the United Kingdom was exactly what you would expect from 95 years of them never ever seeing a woman of color, a Muslim, and a refugee in a very public position. It was that of institutional racism, where the media would paint me as an ISIS sympathizer for daring to question why the UK's counter-terrorism strategy finds 4-year-olds who misspell at school to be suspects of terrorism. And because I dare to call them out on their complicity in the occupation of Palestine, and therefore I am banded an anti-Semite worldwide. Because of my identity in the politics of liberation, justice, and equality that I hold, powerful institutions in the UK will not look at my achievements and the movements that I have helped build alongside such incredible young people worldwide. They needed a character assassination, and they went to every possible point to get it. And the reason that I mention this is because I have to share my insomnia with you all so that you stay up alongside so many of us who are fighting for social justice globally to make sure that I'm not the last Muslim president of the National Union of Students, of any other position in public office. We need infrastructure locally and internationally. We need support, we need resources, and we need the community, alongside celebrating our successes, which we must absolutely do, to also sustain our work and to help us to more than just survive in these institutions, but to succeed in our aims and to lay a true legacy that sustains our work. Solidarity is an urgency, and it must be extended without compromise, without buts, and without clauses, and without the question of what is in it for me. When our judgment comes, I doubt that we'll be asked, did you actually free Palestine? Did you take down all the tyrants? Did you save all the innocent lives? Did you stop all the migrants drowning at sea or dying in camps and detention centers? But rather, did we try? We don't always see the fruits of our labor in our lifetime, but it shouldn't be the driving force. If we do, then alhamdulillah. But if not, then future generations will benefit, and they will build on the foundations that we lay out, providing that they are built on progressive ones. And finally, I'll leave you with the words of Brother Malcolm X, who said, "Power in defense of freedom is greater than power on behalf of tyranny and oppression, because power, real power, comes from our conviction and produces action, uncompromising action." Thank you.
Thank you very much for those very well put words, Malia.